flashlight.
Okay, so he came here with his mom and dad, he was still alive.
Okay,
I have another question. You clear that light, go ahead and back away from it, turn it off. Now, there's a rumor that you committed suicide. Is that true, yes or no?
it's okay, we will not judge you.
Yeah, no judgment. I want to know if Gregory, the owner of this report card, did you commit suicide? Yes, you did. Okay, step away, another question.
Okay, thank you, Gregory. Well, he was in the 10th grade with that report card, so he was older.
Next question, did you commit suicide in this house?
Did you commit suicide in this house? Yes or no? Silver for yes, black for no.
No.
Thank you for answering that.
I have a question. Could you please clear and step away from the black flashlight, please?
Gregory, please step away from the black flashlight. My question is, Gregory, would you like the report card to remain here, or should we take it with us? So I'm going to ask you, should we leave the report card here? Silver for yes, black for no. No?
We don't have to leave it here, is what you're saying.
Right. Okay, thank you. Please step away.
Now that we've made a connection, and now it's been brought out that he committed suicide here,
They stay away.
now we can do what we want to do with that, it should be okay.
Right.
Okay, well then is there more than one spirit in this room that we're talking to?
No. See a blip? No.
That's no.
But no.
Okay, thank you. Please step away.
We got a K2 hit also.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Gregory. Please step away.
The last question we're asking you. Are we speaking to Gregory? Gregory that owns this report card, laying over here to my right.
Silver for yes, black for no.
Yes. Okay, we're done. We're gonna leave you alone.
Okay, Gregory, we're gonna leave you alone.
Thank you
All right,
very
turn that
much.
off. Turn that light off,
Thank
please.
you.
Oh, no,
No? You don't want us to leave?
Is there something more you need to say?
You can light up the silver one also. If there's something more you need to say, light up the silver one.
No,
That was a little boy.
this really started in,
That's it. That answers your question, how we got the report card to stay with us. He said we could keep it. And we still have it. It's in the possession of our team founder. I don't think so. We've had that for what, over a year? About a year? We've had it, no trouble. All right, Gettysburg Battlefield EVPs. I'm gonna turn this one over to Kim. Okay.
These ones obviously were captured at Gettysburg by our by Jim here. These were captured. We weren't a team yet. It was when. Yeah, he was just starting the team when he captured these. So and these ones are real clear. Hopefully you get to hear what they say, because they're really pretty awesome. So let's see if you can hear what they say. It's a boy, and he says, "I'm bleeding." Did you hear it? Anybody? Yeah? Okay. Next one is a shot. He actually says shot. He goes, shot. And he's breathing.
Now those were done, nobody was around me.
Right.
Just me.
It was just Jim by himself. Nobody was around him. The next one is iffy. Choose or choose. Whatever one you prefer to, whatever one your ears hear.
Now, why would it be shoes?
Right. All right. Yes. Why would it be shoes? Because during the Battle of Gettysburg, they were right. They had lost. Right. They didn't have shoes to wear. They would march and march and march, and their feet would hurt, and they would have no shoes. Some of them were barefooted the whole entire time because they just didn't have any shoes. They couldn't afford any shoes.
The supply lines to the Confederate soldiers were cut off.
Right.
So therefore, they did not have access to make new shoes. Which actually, they would steal shoes off of dead soldiers, and it's a very horrible thing.
The next one is unknown. We don't know what they're saying, so.
That's so quick.
Yeah, it is. It happens really quick.
Not a whisper.
It's too fast. Yeah, it's too fast.
Yeah, I tried it, don't work.
Okay.
Anybody have a suggestion?
Anybody have any suggestions what that one says? We can't figure it out.
Alright, we go to the next. Oh, the Franklin House. Now this is fun. We had a lot of fun at the Franklin House. It's in Schaefferstown, Pennsylvania. Schaefferstown was built in 1746 by Alexander Schaeffer. Its exterior walls are of unknown thickness and uncommon thickness, and its arched and groined cellar shows solid and artistic masonry, which many sightseers have admired. During colonial times, the hotel was called the King George after the Revolutionary War. It became the George Washington and then the Franklin House. In 1884, it was remodeled and greatly enlarged, but its original walls remained the same. The second story feature was added to the historic 1746 building when the original tavern was expanded in 1888. From the balcony, our guests can enjoy a view of 3 other historic buildings on the square.
Tell me about the plans. What did they tell us went on there?
Oh. There, in the kitchen. In the kitchen there was a lot of. Okay, these are the pictures of the Franklin House at different points in its lifetime. Obviously, the one in the bottom right is its current look. This was when it was originally. Right. There isn't any pictures when it was just one story. But next to it, it had a carriage house. Yeah, the original bar is still there. It's amazing. It's a beautiful work of art as far as architecture goes for the time period. Some of the claims of activity there, the chefs in the kitchen would hear things. singing, people yelling. The manager, she would be sitting there doing her paperwork at night by herself when no one was there, and she'd hear Jen. And she'd hear her name being called. And that's what prompted her to get in touch with us. Now, she had contacted another paranormal team at some point prior to us, and they promised her the world, and she got nothing. When she contacted us, I assured her that we would be there, and we went. And at that same point, when we went, we discussed doing a presentation there, which we did, and that turned out very well. Yeah, that one was strictly for the Franklin House. It was more of a Halloween for them to get people to come in and have a nice dinner and see a show. It was real evidence. We're gonna show you some of the evidence we actually presented that night. Some of the EVPs. This is a door closing, and it's locked with the keys. Nobody was even there. That recorder was just by itself. And then the other one is a door opening slowly. Did you hear that door open? Really slow? Nobody was there either. All right, this is awesome.
Can I see that?
Thank goodness for her expertise on going over photos, or we would have never caught this.
This is amazing. Now, we've been to the Franklin House, what is it, 3 times? Okay, 3 times. The first time, we got some really interesting pictures of a woman. Now, every time I would take a picture in a reflected object, either a window or a side door or something like that, there would always be this woman standing there, and she has real long hair. Now, what happens in these pictures is that this is the washroom, okay, a washer, dryer, and before anybody came into the room, there was nobody in this room, I snapped a picture, and this is what you see here. Now, take notice to the window. There's nothing in the window, okay? If we go to the next picture, we see me, and Adele had taken this picture. She's not here right now. That's me, and you would think that would be my reflection. You see a reflection in the window. If we go to the next one, you see I'm holding up a camera, I'm taking a photo, but you see no camera in that reflected. It's the same exact stance as the first photo, or the second photo I took. Now, what's really awesome is the fourth photo. The fourth photo is this. Nobody's in that room. And before we came in that room, I took a picture, there was nobody there. After we left, there was some girl standing there. Do we have a blown up picture of her? Okay. You see the hair? Here's her face. Her hair's real long. She's wearing some kind of white dress, like frilly dress up top.
Mine is on the second floor.
Right, this is on the second floor where the,
There's nobody outside that window.
no, there's nobody outside the window, but this is where the, if you would rent a room out for the night, this is where you would stay, is on the second floor. Now there she is. Yes. You can see as if somebody's just standing there staring at you from the other side of the window, and nobody was there. There was nobody. I went over, I tried looking at it small, I tried looking at it big. There was just no explanation. Now, this is the second time I caught this woman. She tends to follow me around everywhere I go. Every time I go into the Franklin House, I always get a picture of the same woman, and it's in different windows, different doors, different reflective objects. I mean, it's the craziest yet coolest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. So that's that, and I mean, it's awesome. I mean, yeah. I mean, nobody was in this room. I mean, the only thing that was back here was a cupboard, and it was from floor to ceiling, and it was shelves and nothing in it. Not even, it was just like this one, but higher and more shelves.
Alright, that's it for that.
And that's it for this.
Your Hatboro.
Oh, Hatboro. This was a good investigation. We actually thought we got, yeah, that's besides the point, okay. Located just outside of Philadelphia, PA, this property is now a home, but the Battle of Crooked Billet happened near it on May 1st, 1778. There was a fierce battle that left 26 dead, 8 wounded, and 58 missing. Some American soldiers were set afire, and some were possibly still alive when burned. We were unable to find any other information on the home itself. Now, the first EVP you're about to hear is, I was on the second floor, and how it works is you walk up the steps, and to your left, there was a master bedroom. You walk a little further, and on your left again is another room, and straight ahead is the bathroom. Donna and some of our team members were in the computer room, and I was standing right outside the master bedroom, almost right here were the steps. The steps were right next to me, and I'm just standing there, and this is what I caught. It's pretty amazing. You gotta listen real carefully though, okay? It's a woman, and she speaks, she says something. I think it's to a question that Donna had asked. She says her answer and then starts to cry.
So you weren't here during the Battle of Crooked Billet? Is that them?
That's Greek.
What was that?
Did anybody hear it? Should we play it again? Come on, should we play it again? Alright, let's play it again. Don't hold it so close, okay?
So you weren't here during the Battle of Crooked Billet? Is that them?
That's Greek.
What was that?
So that was that. She goes on to say, no, we were not, and then she starts crying. In the beginning of the investigation, Holly and another team member were upstairs, and what had happened?
You know, we were told that there were these deep scratches on this wardrobe, on this dresser, and he was because 9 times out of 10 people think that there was something malevolent in their house, which is the reason why they call us in the first place. He thought that there was something wrong going on. All the he was told to put crosses on the doors, and one of the crosses was turned upside down, and there were these big scratches. So of course there must be something evil and monstrous. So anyway, my associate of mine and I went into the room, and we started feeling things out, and through our extrasensory perception, what we kind of figured was that the man that was in this room was Jewish, and he was very, very insulted by the fact that, number one, there were crosses everywhere, and that it wasn't there in a religious, beautiful purpose, but it was there in a purpose to get rid of him. And he felt this was very insulting. He did not, however, put the scratches on the desk. I think it was the guy's cat or something else, or maybe a bid for attention. But anyway, we were in there, and we started to we began singing the what's called the Kaddish, which is a Jewish prayer for the dead. And it kind of calmed, a lot of times what happens with Jewish spirits is that singing the prayer for the dead pretty much, it calms them. So this is what we were doing at the time when they were
Right.
doing this.
And why I had her tell you that is because what I thought I heard was them singing downstairs in the basement. And it turned out that there was no singing, there was no crying, there was no nothing. It was a woman, and she was trying to speak out to somebody to let us know, hey, listen, this is not the case. So, what's the next one?
We're gonna move on to,
Okay, yeah, let's move on to Holly.
whatever you want to do
Okay.
as far as
Can everybody hear me without me having to use the microphone? Okay, all right. I did 10 years worth at the Ren Fair, so I kind of learned how to project my voice pretty much. If people cannot hear me, please, tell me and I'll grab the mic. Let me just grab my notes. I made all these beautiful notes, and I should probably use them. What's that? Yes, okay. What I would, on all the tables here, this is not just a candlelit dinner. I actually put those candles out there for a reason. The question that I'd love to ask everybody, and I probably pretty much know the answer, who here has ever lost a loved one? Please raise your hands. What I want you to do right now, you have candles on your tables. You have matches. I want you to think about that loved one. I want you to focus on that loved one or several loved ones. And I want you to light that candle.
One for each person, or?
You can light one for each person. You can light them all if you want to. You can light one if you want to. Whatever strikes your fancy. However you want to do it. See, it wasn't just for mood lighting for the dinner tonight, although as romantic as it may be.
You stay still,
If I would have thought about it, I would have put lighters on everybody's table, but I didn't think about it in time when I went to mornings. Okay, wonderful. Now, with everybody looking at these lights that are everywhere right now, in a symbolism of the ones that we have had and we have loved and we have lost due to old age, illness, war, however they were lost to you. These are our remembrances. In many, many cultures, it is candlelight that symbolizes eternity. It symbolizes warmth. It symbolizes that light that we all picture that is lighting our way to where we go. On my path, what I believe in is that there is a great river, and this river, when we pass, we are on one side of that river. And when we are going to go across that river, our loved ones, our ancestors, people we don't even know, but they know who we are, because we are the sum of the people who have gone before us. Everybody that has gone before us in the past has accumulated into who we are today, and what we do, and what we have done. And this is the beauty of being alive. When we go across that river after we pass, all of these loved ones come up. They come around us, they surround us, and they tell us how wonderful, how well done. Even if we haven't done everything perfectly, which none of us do, they tell us how well done things have been. And then they sweep us into their arms like the parents they are, and they escort us to the other side of that river, where whatever your thought of what the afterlife will be, that's where we all go. And one of the things that I do is sometimes we lose our way. Sometimes we have things that are left undone. Sometimes we have things that we need to say to somebody. And 9 times out of 10, it's not, there's $3 million under the floorboards. But sometimes it's, I'm sorry. Sometimes it's, I'm okay. Sometimes it's, I'm still here. Because sometimes sometimes our loved ones don't want to leave. And they want to watch out and make sure that we are okay before they go across. And this is why we as mediums are around. This is why we as paranormal groups are around. What we do as Cressona Paranormal, what I do as a medium and as a speaker of the dead, we facilitate communication between the living and the dead. The dead, as a rule, the dead do not manifest unless there is a reason. And again, that is not $3 million under the floorboards. But it's I'm okay, I'm sorry, forgive me. Something that these family members want to say to us. And they're saying it in their own way. They're saying it through rattling things, opening doors, turning on lights. And it doesn't occur to them all the time that what they're actually doing is scaring the bejesus out of us. And that's where we as a paranormal team are called in. And that's where we do the things with our equipment and how we do things with me, with my abilities of how we come in and try and make that communication possible. So that person can pass on, so that person can, even if they don't want to pass on, at least you now know the reasoning behind why they are there. And when that light comes on, or when that door slams, when the microwave turns, 1,000 different ways that these spirits are manifesting. You know who it is, and you can call them by name. And that, my friends, is a very, very powerful thing to be able to do. And that is why we are here. Unfortunately, we as a culture primarily do not recognize our dead in the way that other people do. There's a picture up here. This is Mexico. This is a graveyard during the ceremonies of the Day of the Dead. How many people here have ever heard of the Day of the Dead in Mexico? The little skeleton faces in Mama Bajit and Balanzamene, all the other. But anyway, the Mexicans, they tend to take care of their dead in different ways. They go out and make altars with marigolds, which are the flower of the dead, and they spend days, they spend nights, they make all the dead's favorite foods, and they sit there and they have a party. Who doesn't like a party? But anyway, so they feel as though the dead at that point in time are with them, and that is how they celebrate them. We as a culture, we as Americans, we really don't do that type of thing. We tend to not the old, the young, and the passed on all tend to be grouped in the same type of manner, and that, unfortunately, a lot of times is very, very insignificant. Which again is why we come full circle to the fact that that our people start to come to us and say, "Hey, I'm going to turn on the microwave. I'm going to flip on the lights. I'm going to make cow noises, something." And with these types of things, this is how they're trying to get our attention. Of, hey, that looks pretty nice, guys. And that is the reasoning behind why, again, they manifest. Oh, let me get to my notes here. My notes. Okay. Some of the different things that I've encountered with the team when it comes to helping people talk to their past loved ones. One of the things that, again, one of our investigations, we went to Sunbury, which is a very interesting little town. But in Sunbury, there was a family that called us that said, "We have a demon in our household." And I'm like, "Oh geez, you've watched way too much Ghost Adventures." Because my way of looking at it all is that the Dukes of Hell have a lot better things to do than occupy your toilet. So anyway, in this particular time, this spirit was saying to, although And the spirit was saying to this little boy, this little 3-year-old boy, I'm going to take your eyes. So how many people here would not freak out with they're hearing their 3-year-old saying to me, Mommy, the ghost wants to take my eyes. That's when you get on the phone to us and you say, hey, one of you get in here with whatever you do.